So those are the things that are driving not just a fall in standards here, but also elsewhere.
No other country in the G7 or the wider G20 is increasing people's personal income tax at a time when prices are rising. In your statement, you pledge to cut income tax tomorrow, whilst raising national insurance today, widening the gap between the taxation of earned and unearned income, and the net result, according to the IFS and the Resolution Foundation, is that everyone earning below £34,000 a year will be worse off. Why did you prioritise your ambition to have a reputation as a tax cutter over helping people really worried about heating their homes or feeding their kids?
So actually, again, 70% of taxpayers will be better off as a result of raising the national insurance personal tax threshold, and we are choosing to help them by doing that. As I said, it's the best way to target.
That's misleading, isn't it? Because it's the net result that matters, and your so-called tax cuts only marginally reverse the historic hikes that you are already imposing.
We're talking very specifically about this next year in answer to your question about helping people deal with some of the rising cost of living. 70% of taxpayers will be better off as a result of the net impact of both the levy and the increase in the personal tax threshold. It is beneficial disproportionately for those on low and middle incomes.
If we do the maths, when you add up all the proposed tax increases,
I think, Siobhan, you're talking about over the Parliament, but yes, we've already had that conversation.
With respect, you don't decide what questions we ask or how often we ask them.
But I'm not saying that
that's not the case. Let's do the maths, though. When you add up all the proposed tax increases and subtract your fuel duty, income tax and national insurance threshold pledges, the net result is a 3.3% rise in the tax to GDP ratio between 2019-20 and 26-27. Is that really a cause for celebration?
No, it's a reflection of the fact that public spending is also, over that period, going to rise by over 2 percentage points of GDP, from around 39% to around 41% from memory on the total managed expenditure definition. And as we've discussed, government has to pay for the things it's spending money on. So as public spending rises as a share of the economy, unsurprisingly related to that, the tax burden is rising to pay for that public spending. That's what's happening, and the reason that's happening is because we have stuck with ambitious investments in public services at a time when the economy is suffering from the effects of coronavirus, and therefore, rather than cut public spending, we're raising the taxes to pay for it.
Finally, I just wanted to ask about the proposed timing of the income tax cut in 2024. I wondered why this particular date was decided, and if you believe it's good economic management for a Chancellor to determine his fiscal policy decisions around the general election cycle, or do you think it just makes people more cynical about politicians?
No, what I think it does do is provide a direction of travel, which, given you've just asked about the tax burden being very high, which I agree with, and I'm very keen to see people's taxes come down over time from this point, I wanted to make sure people realise that was a